There we go. Now you can hear me. Okay. Joan and I, we love catching up. It's like our little moment in the background to catch up. And so, of course, we look up and we're like, oh my gosh, 14 seconds. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm Julianna Avelar, the inventor of the Jewel Loom Bead Loom. This is Thursday night. And on Thursday night, we come together and we weave, we bead, we create. And as a community, we hang out. And so we have a live feed on the Facebook group under the Jewel Loom name. We have live feed going on over here on the YouTubes. And so there's always a lot of interaction. People are talking back and forth, and I am demonstrating, teaching you how to do something on a loom, on one of the many looms that I currently have. You know, I got something up my sleeve when I got the little winky winky going on. All right, so let's see who's all here. Caroline, Sherry, Zach, Maria. Maria's always in the house, in the chat room before we even start. She's like, I am position number 1, Maria. Maria. So great to see everyone here. And again, I'm Julianna, and I've been in the creative world for just about 30 years now. And I started off way back in the day with Aline Jackson, and I've had a lot of fun doing a lot of really cool stuff. I was thinking about the time when we had this company come on, and it was like so many moons ago, and they were taking dryer lint and they were turning it into the most magnificent art that you've ever seen in your life. And we were just like, like, what? Like, we would, that show was so cool because it really allowed for the artist, you know, the family who was still working out of their garage. Oh my gosh, was it Stampendous? I think it was Stampendous. Because when they would come on to Aline's, they were still working out of their home. They were just like a little boo-boo company, right? So many great memories and so much exposure to like different types of crafts. You know, if you're familiar with Aline's Tacky Glue and the gold bottle, you also know that back in the day, we were doing paper mache, we were doing paper napkin applique, we were making bread dough roses with glue. That was Joan Fee. She was like the queen of that. And oh my gosh, I remember this one time when we did faux stained glass. Okay. And I'm not just saying we sat around with little 4x4s and did stone glass, right? We did an entire booth. Like back in the day, like how far back, Jules? Okay. The mid to late 90s and like before that is like when you could go to a trade show and you could barely walk down an aisle because it was pumping. Like things were happening and it was amazing and you couldn't even maneuver down the aisle. Aline would take an aisle. Like her booth was so big and it would be on both sides. And so this one year prior to a trade show, we would tape the television show all day long. We would have guests coming in. I would be co-hosting. I would be demonstrating. And then we would literally stay up till like midnight in the studio. And we were making faux glass windows for the booth. It was the most amazing thing that you've ever seen. And so I just think about creativity in general, how lucky, how blessed I've been that I just so happened upon that job after Josh was born and we moved to this tiny little town called Lompoc. And the town where Aline's was located was in Buellton, California, where Pea Soup Anderson's very famous. And so it's exciting. to think about that. And I'm very inspired by those days. And I love creativity. I love creating, whether it's on a loom, whether it's a home decor piece. In fact, next month, as I've mentioned, and I'll mention again, we are coming out with the wine caddies, and they're going to be gorgeous. So the Creative Soul members, they're already dialed in. So they're getting a beautiful wine caddy. I put together this bag of beads where we're going to decorate the wine caddy. So I've got the holes in here, and this is the beautiful design. So you can stain it, and then it's just going to be like a chandelier, you know, and you put it on your wine bottle or your decorative bottle. It doesn't have to be wine. Okay. Like if you don't drink wine, totally cool. And you slide your glass. So I'm super excited about that because I just love all areas of creativity. So yay. All right. So Melanie's in the house, Zach and Robin, and looks like everyone is here. Again, I really want to encourage you to spread the word about Thursday nights over here on the Jewel Loom channel, how we're a community of people creating, chatting. I love how everybody is just like chatting it up, talking about what they're doing, talking about, Carolyn's talking about macrame, a wall hanging, and Robin says wine, my kind of drink. Hey, David's here. My David and Tammy, who I met when I went on the trip to Prague, last year, because we are in a new year. So yay, awesome. Okay, so listen, last week we I showed you all the new kits, and holy guacamole. You all, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, you love them. Like, you really, really love them. And packing's been going on, and it's like multiples. It's like, well, wait a minute. She just placed an order yesterday, and then another one would, and I'm like, okay, gather them all together, you know, and get them and out. And so I will tell you that the majority of everything that ships from California went out today. And I am hoping that tomorrow there is another huge batch that goes out. All Creative Soul kits for January have been shipped out, and I'll start working on the education for that. My deepest apologies for not having something dialed in for December. But we would really like to show off what you've done. That box was beautiful. And I think there are so many different things that you can do with it. Thank you for your grace. You know that my father passed away between that and the services and the holidays. I'm so sorry that I have not touched all the yummies, but you all are doing amazing. So you're like the teachers. You get to be the teachers for December. So yeah. Hey, listen, last week when we stopped, I got the base of my project done, and congratulations to all of those that bought a small Wisdom Warrior. I'm so proud of you. Like, I really am. I know you're going to love her. And I just think it's a really cool step that you took into your creative future. And every time I saw one come through, I was just like, you go, girl. Like, it was so cool to see that. So, so last week and let me just pop out my button. Last week I did the base. I warped with the hemp teak cord. Oh, secret. I saw that they were doing some sort of a $5 off sale. So I think you have to be subscribed to their newsletter. But remember, I want you to get your hemp teak cord from hemp teak. Okay. And I'm hoping to get it back in stock, but I got to figure out how to do that with them. So I built the base after I did my warps with the hemp cord. It's the variegated one. It's a purple blue variegation. I can't remember what the darn name is. It's so delish. Super, super delicious. Okay. And the button that comes in this kit, the sugar baby, the sugar. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember? Joe, what is the name? Sugar baby. We just renamed it. Anyway, this button comes in the kit and it's so stinking beautiful. I wanted it to show, to be shown off. So I was like, oh, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sew it into the middle of my project. Rainbow sugar plum kit. Yeah. Like, come on, girlfriend. So, and then I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to take some of the smaller beads and I'm going to make loops on the bracelet. So sugar kiss. You know what? It's sugar something. It's amazing. It's delicious. It's delightful. It's absolutely scrumptious. So, okay. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to get ready to come down to my table here. And once Joan brings up the overhead, I'm going to turn on my light a little bit. There we go. Okay. And now Mama can see. Okay. So you may or may not remember, and you'd have to go back to, let me pull this into the frame here. All right. So when we left off last week, my needle and thread were down here on the bottom row because I had built my base. Okay. So we come all the way down and my needle and thread were down here at the bottom. I had plenty of wildfire left over, which, by the way, using the blue, and I just ordered more. I don't think I put it into the darn system though. If you need blue, you're going to see that it says sold out. Remind me when we get off and I'm going to go put the new inventory in there. I totally forgot about that. Okay. Cause you all bought what I had. So what I did was I literally took the needle and thread and I just weaved all the way back up and I left, let's see, about 1, 2, 3 rows that I'm going to put loops on. I don't want to overtake the button. It is so beautiful. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Look at that. It's so beautiful. So I really want it to be the showpiece. I love the Toho seed beads. I love the hemp cord. I love everything that's going on. So I don't want to do too much. What I am going to do now, here is my wildfire. It's out here on the left side. I'm going to turn my loom so that I'm on the right side here where I'm going to put my first loop. And what I'm going to do, you can see this is all the little stuff. I pulled out all the big stuff because I'm not going to use that. So I'm just going to put that to the side. Okay, because that makes it easier when you're trying to figure out like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So I'm going to take the needle and thread and I'm going to go through the first bead and then I come out in between. Let me see if I can bring this down a little bit more. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. So I'm coming out in between that first and second bead. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some of these little guys. And I think I want to do blue and then this pretty lavender and then another blue. Let's see how this works out. And I'm going to let those fall. And then I'm going to go to the right side of the 8-0 through the second bead and then up and out between the second and third. I'm actually going to attempt to do a loop on every 8-0. Okay. So I think that's good. Now, is it going to get a little crazy with tightness? Let's see what happens for giggles. I might reverse and pick up a lavender and then a blue and then a lavender. And I'm going to go through the right side. Now, I will tell you, when you warp with the hemp, it gets real tight in there. So you just got to be patient. And I just love. Yeah, this is going to be so cool. Okay, so I'm going to do another one. I'm going to go back to the original blue lavender blue. Okay, and then let that fall. And then I'm going to take the needle and thread on the right side. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I picked up a different kind of blue. That, or did I? Is it just the iridescent looks different? Whoops. Whoop. Oh, let me get the camera to readjust. It did not like all the movement. Okay, so that's good. All right, so I'm going to turn the loom around again. I'm always coming in from the right side. Oh, it gets really tight in here. Let's see what I'm doing. I got to stand up. Hold on. It was okay. So I'm going to come through that first. Let me see something. 1, 2. Man, that is really. Do I want to do 1, 2, or do I want to do? Okay, I'm going to come through here for giggles. I think, let me see. What's going on? Okay. All right. So I kind of maybe want to do, let me see. Let me see. There's so many options. Okay. So if I go blue, but no, I want to alternate. I'm going to go lavender and blue. And then lavender or mauve, whatever this is. And then I'm going to go through that first hole, that first bead, I mean. And I think I'm going to go all the way out and only do 2 loops because it's getting really tight. So let's just do that. And we want to make sure that these guys are nice and snug and kind of even help to manipulate the bead in there a little bit. Yeah, I think this is good because you know what? Like I said, I don't want to take away from the button, and instead of changing it up, I'm going to keep it the same. So lavender blue, lavender. Is that the right blue? No, that's not the right blue. I need a bigger blue. Okay. And then let me go back through the right. And it's getting really snug in there. So you're just going to want to take your time and help to guide the beads and nice pull there. Okay. So I just don't, let me bring this up to the camera. I got to go slow or it gets really angry. So by all means, if you're feeling like you want something bigger, you can do that. I'm just trying to be a little bit more cautious of not like going too crazy and really allowing the button to take center stage. So I think I'm just going to do this little nestle on each side. But now what I got to do is I got to come in here and secure the button. Oh, there goes Marlon Brando. Okay, so I'm working underneath here so that I can get over to the button. So the shank here is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, it's kind of dark, but I just pushed it through. So it's right here by my thumb. Okay, so it's getting very tight in there. Before I go all the way, I'm thinking. We know what happens when she thinks. I think, let me see if I can. So I don't want to break my needle because it's really, I don't think I can do it. So what I'm trying to do is no, yes. Okay. I wanted to come out so that I can go through the shank now. Okay, so I'm putting my needle through the button. Come on, buddy. There we go. So do you see like there's a lot of maneuvering, a lot of like shifting? So just bear with it. Don't just don't get all crazy. And so I'm going to, just pretend like I'm sewing on a button like I would if it was on my sweater or my shirt. And I'll just do this a couple of times. Okay, maybe that's all the times. And then what I want to do is get into that. Oh, thank you for working. Thank you. Oh, it's so wonderful when it goes the way you want it. So all I did was I snuck the needle into this second bead here and shot up. The only reason why I'm like kind of being dramatic about it all is because it's super tight. Like when you're working with the hemp cord, it's a really beautiful, nice, sturdy texture for your warps, but it just gets tight. And so, that's why I'm just like saying the things that I'm saying. Uh-oh. Okay, so let's see. Sometimes when your needle will not go through, I don't want you to force it. I want you to bring your flats in and very carefully just try to figure out like, okay, well, where's it getting? There we go. See, that way it doesn't break. Okay. So that works. All right. Okay, so I think I'm in the position now where, or is it one more maybe? Okay, it might be one more. Okay, so let's go back. Jules Fletcher. Okay, so we're going to come back here to this side. And I want to mimic what I did over here. So I had a lavender, blue, lavender. And we only did 2 loops closest to the button. So I'll go all the way out. And again, this is just what I'm doing. So, if something else is speaking to you, then, by all means, please, please do that. And we're going to turn it. I got to stand up so I can see. And then on this one, I'm going to do a loop on every 8-0. So we had blue, lavender. I think there's like 2 sizes of blues. I keep grabbing the wrong one. And then we're going to come out in the middle there. And then I reversed it. So was it? Yeah, lavender, blue, lavender in the middle, and then all the way out. Oh, am I out of the camera? Sorry. And then once again, blue. And lavender. And blue. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, that is just enough. Just enough. I love it. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Okay. So I'm going to turn this around and I'm just going to weave my way down. Thank you, Lori. I am just loving this. It's so simple. But it's like screaming. Is it? Well, I don't think I can say the brand. I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know. I don't know what. So it starts with a C. It's just reminding me of like something, a really beautiful jewelry brand. What a great, simple, quick project. I mean, these vintage buttons just really set it off. I'm going to have to see if I can get some more. So pretty. So there's still quantity on the kits. And these configurations I don't have anymore. So everything will have to be sourced and curated. And I don't know in what time frame that would even happen. So if you want one, yeah, might ought to get one. Okay, so now I'm going to take the needle and I go under. It's a little challenging when you got the hemp cord, but well worth it. So I'm just trying to get the needle under the warps and through the beads. I just like to do that little extra bit of anchoring. I gotta turn myself because I can't. Okay. Okay, cool. I think my battery just died. Okay, well, did that to do a little more. So, okay. Oh my God, I love this. Okay, hold on. Let's put this over here so I don't lose a needle. We don't need a puppy with a needle in its foot. And I'm just going to close that really quick. We'll come back over here and just going to try to undo the knot. Don't want to scratch my girl. What happened here? Okay. So I let me put my beautiful, she's so gorgeous. Okay, let me put her over here so we don't have a loom down. Oh my heck, are you kidding me right now? Look, with my check glass bracelet. Come on. Come on now. Can I get a come on now? Wow. Okay, so here's my dilemma. I turned this place upside down. And I'm not exactly in love with the idea of a slider. I don't know. For one, it's bigger than the 3 across. Okay? So I'm not in love. And I'm just going to be straight up honest right now. I'm going to have to go on a hunt for a little. I was going through all of my stuff and I just didn't find one. I just didn't find a button that I wanted to use. I thought about the butterfly and maybe painting the butterfly purple. So I might do that, but I don't know. All right, I got to come on now from Zach. Yeah, so I'm loving it. And I don't know, I might break down and do, but I just don't think I don't think it's right. I don't know. I don't think it's right. I don't like it. I don't like the slider. So with that said, I will be I will be on the hunt to the other little button that I was thinking of, you all. Hold on, don't go anywhere. I don't know. I think these were in a Creative Soul kit. Oh, it won't work. They're too stinking small. Gosh darn it. Okay, hold on. Let's look for something. So I think if I were to paint one of these, like that might be actually kind of rad. Like if I stained this like a really pretty purple blue, that might be really cool. The sword and the vintage button, that might be really hot. I don't know. But at first, like if I painted this up, okay, so I like that. I don't know about the butterfly. I mean, it could maybe, but don't you think, I feel like the button has like a really Roman Empire, goddess, like it just has like this feel to it. So I'm kind of still, yeah, and no, the shells are not going to work. I'm leaning towards this button. I'm leaning towards the sword. I'm kind of feeling like it's a part of the armor. And okay. So basically, Judy, are you talking about like what? So then what would I do? Like this is just going to be the old school, where I'm tying the ends. And then I'm doing the loop. I don't want to make it permanent because I really want to add this button, but I want to stain it. Yeah. Yeah, there's plenty of tutorials on how to add the button. And after I stain it, what I really need to do, well, I do have so I'm super stoked about, and I don't want to, Royal Talon, they're 100+ year old paint company. I'm going to be getting some paints from them. And I'm using their product in my NAMTA project, my National Arts Material for Creativation. And I bet their paints would be really stinking cool on the Baltic birch button. So I'm just making knots, Judy, like I'm just bringing them down. And then basically after I paint the sword, whoops, you know, you just put the ends through your buttonholes. And I'm going to want to keep this clean, so I'll go back through and then I'll pull all of that together. Again, I'm just showing you, I definitely want to stain, paint, color my button here. But I love the sword, and you know, they're available now separately from the designer pack. So if you like it too, they're sold in 3s. It's always a little more challenging to get. Come on. There we go. So I'm just like weaving this back through the hole. And then I would just like tug and pull down. Okay. So you'd have your one in there. All right. That's definitely got to be painted. And then, you know, you fit it so that you can determine like how big this loop over here needs to be. Where's my third hand? All right, so we're putting this in here. And then I'm just going to do like this little wonky thing here where I'm like trying to figure out how big of a loop I need to get the button back through. So then I like do like I'm Houdini or something, right? Like a little magic trick. I think I got to back it up a little. I know, I cracked myself up. Okay, so all right, got out. So then I would eyeball that and go, oh, okay, well, I need my loop to be that big in order to get this big old button right back through it. That's my intention right now. I'm looking at it. I love it. But then I'm like, wow, it just seems like it might be a little too big. I don't know. Is it? No one's, I mean, like it's balanced. It's not going to be in the front. It's not going to be like, and the cool thing too about it is it's almost like you're going to, like if it does move on your wrist, you're going to have like this really gorgeous piece on the top. And then if you come to the bottom, it's like this. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay, actually. I think once I paint the button, right now it's annoying me because it's not painted. But I think once I paint it, stain it, color, and I'm not going to color it with pencil. It needs to be a really nice finish. So I'm going to have to talk to the Royal Tannins folks. And I'm super stoked about that. Yeah, so there we go. There we go. All right, let me turn the light down so I don't scare everybody. Joan already did that. And we can come back up. Yeah, glossy, Lori, right? Yeah. So glossy, in order to, I think if we do that and match that, then it's going to be fine. It's worth a try. And I love the symbolicness of it all. Like you have this vintage antique button with a really cool, it's like out of armor. It looks like a stinking armor, like a like, you know, like come and get me because I got my sword. Double snap all over the place. So I think it makes sense. It's just throwing me right now because it's not painted. I'm going to get some glossy paint. I'm going to paint that bad boy. I'm super stoked about this project. Look at that. Come on now. Rainbow Sugar Plum. And I'm going to see if I can't get any more of these buttons. Then you will have 2 focals on 1 bracelet. Yeah, I'll be balanced. And who doesn't want to be balanced? Well, good. I'm so glad that that worked out. Judy, did that help? Yeah, I think so. Like a Wonder Woman cuff all day. Did you see how quick I went into that? Have I been practicing? You know it. Very cool. Okay, so let's see. I think not too sure what I'm going to do next week. I've got a lot of new things coming. Lots of new things. I can't wait to share like all the monthly Creative Soul kits that I was just telling Joan that February, look, I'm going to count the months. February, March, April, May, June, and very possibly July too, are all dialed in. And the product for all of the months is here except for 1 month. It's not bad considering I feel like a grown up now. I'm like getting so good at this. I'm getting so good at getting all that together. So yeah. Oh, hey, listen, if you did order wood, I wanted to let you know that because of the freezing temperatures, like even here in California, I know, Crimea River, Jules, it was 58 degrees. It might be 46 one morning. And yes, us Californians are having kittens. I know it's not that bad compared to the rest of the country, but in Missouri, it is cold. And so we don't run the lasers when it's freezing like that because it's not good for the machines and it's not good for your product. So if you did place a wood order, just please bear with us. Know that, you know how we take making those looms very, very seriously. So we're hoping that we're going to get a break with the weather in the Midwest, and Robert will be, and the elves will be back at it. So we had a couple of nights below 0 in Eastern Tennessee. Yeah. Like, I don't know. We're supposed to have, we've been having like really cold, but I feel bad. I can't whine about the California cold. We're such babies. I'm going to be the first to say it. The whole country is frozen. Yeah. And a heck of a lot worse than we are. So, hey, listen, I am so grateful for when you show up and you hang out and you talk and you help me through things. Joan's going to be posting, I think, a really fun post tomorrow in regards to Thursday nights. And I don't know, like, what kind of little hint could I give you? I don't know. Would it be fun if, like, Joan, come on real quick. You could get rid of that overhead.
Wait, what? Just a minute. Sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. That was a lot of maneuvering.
No one's at the controls. So Joan and I were talking tonight, and at the beginning of the show, I really was talking about emphasizing, like, Thursday nights is our community night. It's community night, where we gather, we're weaving, we're creating, and I love that all of you are chatting. Joan's busting a gut and behind the scenes, and I think the tease is, what if
we don't want to see me here every week?
Well, no, we always want to see you here.
Well, it'd be nice to see another face.
Well, what if we did see another face?
Yeah.
What if we saw another face?
There's more than just my face in the community out there.
Yeah. I mean, what if we made it to where you could come on with us, where we pick somebody and he can't. Joan's going to talk about it tomorrow, but that's all I'm going to say. Okay, Judy says, "Can you just show the rainbow fibers?" The rainbow fibers. I'm going to assume that
sure
you're
what that
talking
is.
about the hemp cord. Are you talking about the hemp cord, Judy? It's a variegated hemp cord. It's hemp teak. It's like a purple blue. Do you
And it
remember
comes in
that?
like rainbow
That's
colors too.
yeah. It's they have a rainbow. They have a earth. They have it's their variegated hemp. You want to buy the spool. That's your best deal. Buy the spool. Don't buy the. You could buy the ball if you want. You don't have to, but buy the spool. The ones you're. Oh, I don't have those in the room.
What is it?
Judy wants to see my fibers for NAMTA.
Oh,
I got that stuff in my bedroom because it is cold out here. Okay. California cold or not, it's cold out here. So the goddess and the fibers and everything that I'm weaving for NAMTA, they're in the house right now. But I'm more than happy to show you. I'm more than happy. My source is Camji, CAMJI Fiber Arts. And if you go onto the Instagram, okay, I follow them on the Instagram under the Jewel Loom, and but they got fibers, like whoo, they got fibers, and they're very reasonably priced. I mean, I'm just buying them at retail because I need them. But I can show a picture. My 6-year-old made her first loom. What? Stop it. You need to share a picture. What? On the baby loom? Oh my gosh. Okay, pout. I gotta go play bunco, or I would take a photo. Oh, listen. Wait, I did do a reel. There's a reel. I did a reel the other night.
Go on the Jewel Loom Facebook page and you'll see what she has finished so far. Just scroll down a little bit.
I took a picture of the fibers. So if that's not what you're talking about, just let me know.
Because I just remember the fibers hanging down so far, what you got done.
Yes. And today I started weaving the fibers and making poochy things and like swirly curly, like with your hair where you'd go like that. And then like all of this would be bunched up. Ooh. I did that.
I can't wait to see that.
And I did. Oh, come on now.
See, you need to do something like that. Like on one of the fiber looms to show us.
Yeah, I need to do a fiber project. It's been a while. Anyway.
I have one I started last year and it's still sitting there. It's 2/3 of I'm doing a purse and I think it's the second panel to the purse, on this small sun weaver. And I think it's been almost a year since I touched it. I need to get it out again.
Yeah, I love the large weaving goddess. Like she's also known as a sun weaver, but she'll always be the weaving goddess. I love the large sun weaver so much. Like every time I warp her, I cry. Do it on the booby.
That hair thing.
Oh, like just like a miniature.
Demo? Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a go big or go home.
So you need the large sun weaver to do it.
Please do a fiber project. Okay. Fiber projects are not going to be in one night. Let's just know that, because it's just too, it's like trying to do a looped bracelet in one night. But I'm more than happy to start something and then we'll do a progressive. It just takes, is a lot longer than an hour. But I would love to do that with you. Okay. Wish me luck. Anybody play bunco in here? Cause like I'm all into the bunco.
I don't even know what it is. I think you told me one time.
It's a dice game and you roll and then people yell and you win.
That money. Is not nice to roll dice. I can't help it if I drink too much now.
Joan dice. We're rolling Joan dice.
every time you look at dice, you're going to think my name.
Rolling her around.
Oh my God. I couldn't resist.
I think it's perfectly perfect. Oh my God. All right, guys. I love you. Have a beautifully blessed evening. I'm going to go roll dice and have a great time and perhaps a glass of wine. And I will see you next week. I'm going to think about what we're going to do. I might do a little sneak peek demo on the wine caddies. And yeah. And so, oh, and listen, once I get my paints, I'll totally share them with you and let you know how that, yeah, because it's got to be glossy and iridescent and yummy. It's just got to be like full on yum nums.
I can't wait to see it.
Stephanie, thank you, honey, for your card. Thank you. That was so precious. Thank you.
Aww.
I love her. I love you. Okay. So rolling whose dice?
I missed that one.
Thank you, everyone watching on Facebook. Thank you, everyone watching on YouTube. Please make sure that you subscribe and like. And oh my gosh, I would love you forever if you share the Jewel Loom love wherever you can. It really helps us to like keep doing this and, sharing our creativity. I mean, I know you might be like, what is a like? What is a subscribe? It's a lot, especially too over on the Jewel Loom Facebook. If you would follow the Jewel Loom Facebook page, I would be forever grateful. It's all a numbers game, but you know what? We're playing it and we're just trying to get there. So it does matter. And I appreciate it. I appreciate when you do that. I appreciate when you share the love. It means everything to us. So Joan, thank you for always being amazing and awesome. And every time I roll tonight, I'm going to be like, yo, Joan.
Yeah. There's Joan. There you go.
Whoa,
let's see how hard I can toss Joan.
Yeah. Whoa. There she goes. Oh my God. We put the effing fun and now we're going to go. Bye-bye. I love you.
Have a great evening.
Toodles.